Oh, it's footy aplenty at elite level all the way down to the grassroots. Great to have Ben Charles back in the studio. I missed you, Ben, for just one whole week. I did tune in from New Zealand last week. Good show with Kev.
Thanks very much, Brett. Yeah, it's good to have you back in the other side of the chair. Kev was fantastic as well, but good to see you back. Absolutely loves the WRFL and lives and breathes Werribee Tigers. So.
If you're just tuning into this show for the first time, we started this a couple of weeks ago, and we might just take people through just a little bit of the concept of why we started this local locker room for those that mightn't have caught it.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of social media that I suppose people get onto social media sites and rumours fly around at this time of year. There's a lot of transfers, a lot of trades, and a lot of AFL players that come back and play those local leagues. And we just wanted to put a little bit of substance behind these rumours and have a chat about those.
Absolutely. Sportsupport.com.au is, of course, bringing us the local locker room every week. Log on there and have a look. We'll tell you about that throughout the show. Click on the Facebook tile, and that's how you can become involved in the conversation, which just keeps going right throughout the week. Lots of discussion and rumours, and we're here just to sort of just put it all together on a Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. And on that Facebook page too, we've started a little bit of a competition. We do have a business which supports a lot of local footy clubs with food and also with some bar supplies and merchandise, but also we're launching our medical supplies this year. So with the help of Shots nutritional supplies and also with MediPro, we've put together a $2,000 medical package that if clubs put in their photos of their worst wounded warrior, and there's some pretty gruesome shots on there at the moment, if they can post those and get the most likes over this week, we'll award them with the $2,000 medical pack next week.
All right, make sure you click on that Facebook tile. Now, just going back to last week, Ben, because we did confirm, you and Kev, some rumours around the competitions.
Yeah, well, we did speak with Benny Johnson, so Benny Johnson was very refreshing to hear somebody looking forward to going back to local leagues and just relaxing and playing with his mates and those sorts of things. We sort of discussed a couple of rumours that I think might come to fruition this week as well, so it'll be good to hear from our scouts out on the ground.
All right, we've got a big show, but first the weekly wrap, of course, so we're going to get stuck into this, checking in with the Sports Support sleuths. Now, there's plenty of them around there. You've got their fingers and toes and everything else just around all the rumours. Sportsupport.com.au, click on the Facebook tile, or SMS too, because we'll get quite a bit of traffic coming through, 0433 98 11 16. And we're going to head to our inside man with the SFL first of all. SFL Insider, come in.
Afternoon, Brett and Ben.
How you going?
Good, thanks.
That's good, mate. Look, on the Facebook page there, we did have some rumours around the SFL. One of those, I suppose, being Sam McGurry, the former Kooringal player and St Paul player. He's looked like he signed at Bentley. Yeah,
it looks like Sam left Kooringal last season, headed over to join Bentley, who come up from Division 2 into Division 1. And those who know Sam in our league is a former St Paul player too. So he adds a bit of strength to their team this year and a handy pickup. Yeah, very handy. Bentley, one of the member clubs of Sports Support, so well done to them. Also, former East Brighton full forward and premiership player Dean Francis. It looks like he's gone to Dingley Football Club. That's correct. The much-travelled Dean Francis has moved over to Dingley and he's taken up the full forward position over there. But unfortunately, Dingley, during the week, lose their old warhorse ruckman, Chris Morgan, who's decided to move up and have a season Loddon Valley competition. So that's a big blow, but hopefully Dean can play full forward and play a little bit in the ruck for him.
All right, a couple of good rumours. Anything else we can add in SFL Insider? What are you hearing?
Through Division 2 in the Southern, Stevie Wright coaching Murrumbina, just Sydney Swans great. And just down in Division 3, Black Rock had rumourly picked up Joey Krieger, who was once listed on the Fremantle Dockers list, and apparently going down to Black Rock.
Jeez, that's big, isn't it?
Any rumours regarding the Sandown Cobras SFL Insider?
You're the man with all the ins and outs there, so unless you've got something for me, I haven't heard anything from your club.
I'll find out Monday. More on that in a week.
Things, and our interleague is on the 29th of March against Western Region, and that's being coached by Ben Murphy from the East Brighton Football Club.
Okay, that would be great. And that's going to be one of the culminating things for local footy on the 29th of March out there at Princes Park, if I'm right, or Visy Stadium, or as what it's known now.
Yep, absolutely.
The numbers have been good, and we look to cut the squad this week, and we're ready to go for that game.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you, SFL Insider. Very Very nice work. Got his finger on the pulse.
He does. He's fantastic. He gets around to a lot of games. We'll probably hear from him in week 5 too, because he's an ornament to local footy, I must say.
A lot of noise coming out of the NFL, and we've got our NFL insider who's on the line. Welcome to you, NFL insider.
Hello, lads. How are we?
Going beautifully. Benny?
That's good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the cool change coming through, because I'm in an area that had a couple of warnings, so hopefully everyone's okay and
take care.
things start calming down.
Definitely. Look, on the Facebook page, mate, we did get some rumours that Lower Plenty have signed Clint Runnels. He previously played for Yarrawonga and a few other clubs by the looks of things. Can you add any substance to that, mate?
We can confirm it. We can confirm Lower Plenty have picked up a few players, but Runnels is definitely one they have confirmed. He has been a journeyman. I think all the way even over to Toronto Eagles, which means you're very much a journeyman if you've travelled over there to play 7 games of footy.
Yeah, definitely. And look, also after weeks and weeks of speculation, I think we can add something to the Jay Nagle saga. Is that correct?
We can confirm Jay Nagle. He's definitely signed at the Panthers in what probably was a slow start and not a great start to their pre-season with a few ins and outs and not a great amount of people on the track. This is definitely going to be up for them, and I actually expect a few more decent local signings for the Panthers.
Geez, that's some really good news for the Panthers. Yeah, that's really good.
That is good. Anything else, NFL Insider, before we let you go?
Well, we're going to confirm that Hal Hunter, who was released from the Bombers, has definitely signed at Northcote Park, and with their re-signing of guns like Scanlon and a few others, the Cougars are definitely the side that I think are doing the pre-season the best at the moment.
All right, nice work. Thank you, NFL Insider. You've got your finger on the pulse. I like your work out there. We'll catch up with you next week.
Now, also on the Facebook, it looks like we've got a caller that's called in. We did have a social media rumour that was going around about North Heidelberg Football Club. We did discuss them and touch on them last week. I put forward that if they could confirm this rumour on air, that we would actually, I suppose, reward the club with a $100 gift voucher and a medical voucher.
Yep.
Just wondering if that caller's there at all.
I think he is. Sato, is it?
How are you?
G'day, Sato. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad, fellas. Yourself?
So you're from the club, from North Heidelberg?
Yeah, I'm from the club, yeah. So
Okay.
taking over the role as coach this year, so... And, obviously...
Are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still good, yeah?
Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, you're right. Now, this rumour, can we get some confirmation?
So there's a few there. The one about the boys from the bush coming down.
Yeah, there was.
Mark Lonigan was obviously the guy I work with, who is the brother of Tom
Okay.
from Geelong. The rumours him about some subordinate amount of money. Just the money that the rumours were is massive, so they're not true.
Apparently, it's just a group of country fellas that played an expat competition over in England. Is that right?
What happened was he had a group of mates that all played together overseas a few years ago when they were travelling. They played in England somewhere, and as I said, when I was working with him, I sort of got into his ear, and he said, "Look, I've got 5 or 6 mates. We just want to play footy together, and we're not chasing money or anything like that." So we got them all down to the club, and basically we sat down with them, had a chat, got a good feel, and we said, "Look, where do you boys want to go with obviously a bit of payment?" And they just said, "Look, we just want to play together. You throw a number at us and as a bulk, and we'll sit with that." And that 1,400 is probably not too far off the mark for a group of 6 blokes. So,
well, that's fantastic news, and I reckon that's encouraging to hear that a group of blokes just want to play together, aren't too greedy, going down to a local club playing footy. So, Sato, thanks for calling in. Got a $200.
One more thing, it was the
okay.
Jeff Ryan rumour that we've actually just missed out on him. So
you have missed out on Jeff Ryan, have you?
Looks like he might be going to one of the countryside. So, unfortunately, hopefully we get him next year.
Okay. Good on you, Sato.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for that from North Heidelberg Football Club. So that's how it works, and there's some rewards out there. Now, EDFL news, Benny, we're going to cross to he's a 2-week listener. We've got him on board. He's our first-time sleuth. Mr. EDFL, come in.
How you going, guys?
Mate, we are going beautifully.
That's the way.
Yeah, so there's some big news broken by you guys at Local Footy Scores this week about the recount of the NFL. Now, it has been posted on the websites and a few other things, but I just wanted you to put your rumour behind it and just put some substance behind it. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically we got in probably an hour early before it was announced on the Northern League website, but word came to us that Mark Lynch would be, I'm not sure if he'd actually be stripped of the Rosbrook Award, but it would be later announced that Cameron Cloke would be the standalone winner of the 2013 Rosbrook medal. There was an error in voting in the round 1 clash, I believe, so that then dropped Mark Lynch down to 4th. leaving Cameron Cloke as the standalone winner for the 2013 medal.
And look, the NFL have copped some flack over this, but I think that they've just come out, they've done the right thing, and they've said that, yes, we've made a mistake, it's honest, and this is the way we're going to do it. Luckily, I suppose they were dual winners, so they both got a medal on the night. Lynch went back to third, I understand. Is that correct?
Third or fourth, I do believe, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, still an outstanding season for him, and great segue to have Cameron Cloke on a little bit later on. So.
Absolutely. Good on you, Mr. EDFL. Thanks for clearing that up.
And just while we've got you, mate, there's some news coming about Carl Reimers as well.
There is. There's been a little bit of movement with Kyle. There was a rumour a few weeks ago through another EDFL sleuth that he was heading to Greenvale, but the reports are now that he's heading to Aberfeldy, along with former Essendon teammate Luke Davis. So I think there was word that Luke had chatted to a few EDFL clubs as well as a few northern clubs, such as Bundoora and I believe Eltham. But I believe that he's heading across to Aberfeldy. There's been a bit of movement with a few other clubs as well. So Airport West have signed a couple of names from not so big names, but they've lodged a clearance for Josh Houlihan from Heidelberg, the Heidelberg champion who was there for about 5 or 6 years, as well as two guys from the Waffle, being Marcus White, formerly of North Melbourne, and Aaron Sweet, who was a best on ground medal winner in a Waffle grand final. So Airport West have picked up a bit of talent there, but they've also lost Simon Hogan, who's heading to Uni Blacks, former Geelong player Simon Hogan.
Okay. Yeah, no, it sounds like there's a lot of movement going on with the EDFL. Aberfeldy, a lot of word coming out of there, I suppose. A lot of rumours coming out of there. So looks like it's going to be a great season at EDFL level.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Mr.
EDFL, SEN Whiteboard. We need to tell our listeners about this.
Yeah, so the SEN Whiteboard is something where we look at a human interest story and we try and help clubs squash these rumours, as we sort of spoke about with the social media. So that's one of the reasons that we pulled the show together, just to give a voice to those caught up in the social media scuttlebutt, really. And after reading the EFL forum during the week, we came across Scoresby Footy Club. Now, Scoresby Footy Club have had a relationship with Sport Support for a number of years now. They played in the 2012 Best of the Best competition. They sort of came in at late notice and really helped me out. And they've been utilising the Sport Support service now throughout 2013 as well. My dealings with the club have always been really positive. And I just wanted the guys to have a chat, put their voice across and see if we can put some of the rumours to bed. So Gary Connolly, coach of Scoresby Footy Club, he's been kind enough to join us. So if we can maybe have a chat with Gary,
Absolutely.
That'd be fantastic.
Gary, welcome to the program.
Yeah, g'day boys, how are we?
Nice to have you on, Gary.
No worries, appreciate the time.
All right, mate, look, we'll start with the social media stuff, mate. I just very quickly, social media's got a lot of positives, you know, it really does, but get on the wrong side of it and can really do some harm. Has it affected the recruiting and retention of players for you, Gary?
Look, I guess all negative publicity hurts no matter what the extent is, and look, most of the time it gets blown way out of proportion. We're in a situation, and like everyone, I guess, we're guilty of believing what we hear without really delving into the situation and finding out the true facts. In our situation, we're in a position where we had a lot of players on board in 2012. The club financially were in a little bit of a struggle at the time. Since then, a lot of those guys have either left or rumoured to have left and weren't actually paid out in full. Now, in saying that, every player in 2013 was paid out in full. We're in a situation now where we've rebuilt our club into a position where we're going to financially be able to commit to those guys that were owed money. So they'll all be paid in full as far as 2012 goes within probably the next month or so. So it's a real positive with all we're doing around the club. So, yeah, things are looking good.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, just to get some stability back, I mean, that's probably step one in the process. And speaking about social media, I suppose the flip side of that is the support that the EFL's given you. You know, it's just been enormous. They've really highlighted upcoming events and they're supported with broadcasting and that. Did you want to touch on a little bit how the ex-Scoresby player Darren Crocker and Andrew Swallow took training there and just the buzz around the place?
Look, firstly, no doubt the AFL have been tremendous in their support of our club, and
Look, to have the professionalism of Darren Crocker on board is a great win for the club. I mean, yeah, he was down last Wednesday, but it's going to be ongoing. And, you know, even after training, Andrew and him basically hung around, you know, for a couple of hours after that and really sort of mixed it in with the boys and supporters and things like that. And a lot of the kids were chuffed at getting autographs and things like that. As far as training went last Wednesday, it was sensational. You know, we had a good crowd there, provided the boys with a lot of insights to the expectations at the higher level and what to expect in, you know, the year ahead. So, you know, we couldn't have thanked them more enough. And, look, we really appreciate the fact that we've got the North Melbourne connection on board now.
Great stuff. Gary, we're just going to have to wind it up there. Obviously, there's plenty of stuff going on with the weather around Melbourne. We need to get to our newsroom, but we'll catch up again. I know a debt demolition link has been set up on your website, been through Sports Support as well. We've also posted the link on the local locker room page. People can just jump on that and certainly help out. So check that out during the week, mate. We'll catch up again. Good luck for 2014.
No worries. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Gary Connolly, the coach of Scores. We're going to come back with more of the local locker room in just a moment, including Cameron Cloak. Let's just head to James Royce in the newsroom for the latest updates on the fires burning here in the Melbourne metro area. James?
Yeah, thanks, Brad. This is an emergency warning issued by the CFA for Warrandyte, Flannery Court and Tyndalls Road. There is a fast-moving, out-of-control grass fire travelling in a southerly direction towards Flannery Court and Tyndalls Road. You are now in danger. Act now to protect yourself. It is too late to leave. The safest option is to take shelter indoors immediately. A wind change will cause the fire to change direction toward Harris Gully Road, Heidelberg, Warrandyte Road and Nees Road. This next update will be issued at 4:30. And now an emergency warning issued by the CFA for Clarkfield, Goonawarra, Sunbury and the Gap. There is a fast-moving, out-of-control grass fire travelling in a southerly direction from Dalrymple Road towards the Gap. This fire will be impacted by the southwesterly wind change, which will push the fire in an easterly and northeasterly direction, especially towards areas north of Dalrymple Road in Sunbury. Spot fires and ember attacks can be expected ahead of the fire. And now an emergency warning for Gisborne South. There is a fast-moving, out-of-control grass fire travelling in a southeasterly direction from Dalrymple Road towards South Gisborne. Spot fires and ember attacks are occurring. You are now in danger. Act now to protect yourself. It is too late to leave. The safest option is to take shelter indoors immediately. The next update is expected to be issued by 2:45 or as the situation changes. And now watch and act for Beveridge, Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Calcallo and Mickleham. There is a grass fire travelling in a southeasterly direction from Mickleham towards Craigieburn. This grass fire is currently not yet under control. A wind change will cause the fire to change direction toward Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Beveridge and Calcallo. The fire could impact Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Beveridge and Calcallo any time between now and 2:30. And we'll have another update on these fires in about 15 minutes' time.
Okay, thank you, James. We'll keep people updated right throughout the afternoon. We'll come back after the break. More of the local locker room right here on 1116 SEN.
Morning Glory with Andrew Marr and Andrew Gaze.
It's been an absolutely massive week on Morning Glory.
I've actually tried to bring back Furby. Little toy dolls that look like, I don't know, just like a little cuddly head. I think it's the sort of explosive unit where they have that detector where they grab your bag and they open it up and take a little swab, and life's small victories. I've managed to get through a whole summer of Big Bash cricket.
No. Bruce McAvaney at a kids' play centre in Marion Shopping Centre, Adelaide. Yes. His son put his own shoes on and Bruce yelled out, "Oh, well done."
We'll be back to do it all again tomorrow at 6. We'll see you then.
Morning Glory, weekdays 6 to 9 for your Holden dealer. Think Holden and save. On 1116 SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Life's best adventures begin with the right gear, and you can get all the gear you need at Jeep Clothing Stores. Whether it's exploring the great outdoors, heading to the footy or cricket, or spending the weekend with your mates, you can go anywhere, do anything, anytime in Jeep Clothing. Easy fit, comfortable, quality casual wear. Jeep. Clothing for all life's adventures. 12 stores in Melbourne and Geelong. jeeplife.com.au.
Harvey Norman, your trusted brand in cooling solutions. We'll help you find a cooling solution for your home. Inverter air conditioners, portable units, or even the latest in fans. We stock the lot. All the leading brands, Fujitsu, Kelvinator, Mitsubishi Electric, Samsung, Panasonic, Dyson and more in store. Buy now with 18 months interest free. No deposit, no interest and no repayments on air conditioning. Minimum financed amount $500. Fees, charges, terms and conditions apply. See store for details. For the latest in cooling solutions, see the experts at Harvey Norman.
For 140 years, we've honoured it.
Kept it strong for the next generation.
We've celebrated its glory and worn it with pride. But we don't own it, we share it.
We're all part of its legend.
It crosses our hearts and unites us all, and now, more than ever.
It's time to don the sash.
Call 1300-GO-BOMBERS and join us today.
Hello to life changing all the time.
Hello, we're Chisholm and Gaiman, and we know you're going to like us.
We're Bayside, a team of proud and passionate property people.
One team,
3 offices,
one community.
We'll keep you informed every step of the way.
And we'll do that with professionalism, pride and passion.
Hello, we're Chisholm and Gaiman.
At home in Blackrock, Elwood and Port Melbourne.
Visit chisholmgaiman.com.au.
Wherever you go, say hello.
At Sexyland, we want to wish all lovers a happy Valentine's night with gifts to keep you up all night. You'll love our sexy bedroom wear from $19.95, fun toys for adults from $19.95, and sensuous massage candles and therapeutic oils from $8.95. Put the love into Valentine's night all night with Sexyland. 12 stores around Melbourne. Find your nearest or shop online at sexyland.com.au.
Think about this. Right now, Holden dealers are clearing all 2013 plated vehicles at great drive-away prices. Think Holden and save. Hurry and pick up a brand new 2013 plated Holden Ute, Commodore International, Malibu, Barina and more. If you've been thinking of a brand new Holden, don't wait any longer. See your Holden dealer today before stocks run out. Think Holden and save. Offer available on 2013 plated vehicles sold and delivered before Feb 28.
18 games in 18 days. The 2014 NAB Challenge starts this Wednesday night from 7 on 11:16 SEN, Melbourne's home of footy.
Which players will stand out in 2014? Do you have what it takes? Victoria Police is recruiting PSOs now. Google Victoria Police Careers.
On 11:16 SEN, you're listening to Sunday Sports Central with Brett Phillips.
Welcome back, 1:28. The local locker room, thanks to sportsupport.com.au. Ben Charles is in the studio with me. We had a great chat to Gary Connolly. Just had to cut him a little short with all the news on the fires around Melbourne. Just to tidy up a couple of things there with Scoresby.
Yeah, so Scoresby have got a debt demolition link on their website. It's a really simple little link. It takes around about 3 minutes to join. I know this because I joined myself. I thought they're supporters of Sports Support, so I'm going to support them as well. It's a direct debit account. It comes straight out. It's automatic. It's $10 a week, and it just helps out the club. So if there are supporters, members, committee people, just associates of the club that want to get in and chip in and help out, you can do it through their website and just go to the link.
Absolutely. A few coming through on the SMS just before we get to a couple of special guests to come. Benny, who are the Panthers? Eltham, of course.
Yeah, they're the Eltham.
Can you please confirm where Clint Runnels is going?
So Clint Runnels is going to Lower Plenty.
Okay. Chris Tarrant, Old Zavs. Tom Roach, Old Carey. Tom Cunningham from Box Hill to St Kevin's. It's from an anonymous SMSer.
It'd be
what
great.
Are you hearing?
Well, it'd be great if somebody could confirm those. I know that Chris was talking to the Doncaster Sharks when we spoke to Benny Johnson last week. I do know that he's in discussions with Old Zavs as well. So if he has made a decision either way, it'd be great to find out and confirm that.
All right, let's welcome our special guest. He's been a good story going back to local footy.
Yeah, so Cameron Cloke, I suppose, is a man who did play at Collingwood and did play at Carlton as well. And since joining Bundoora, he's just been a superstar of the competition. And we'd just like to hear from him. So if you're there, Cameron, could you join us?
G'day, boys. How are we?
Very well, Cameron. Look, mate, heading down to Bundoora, you must have known that success was waiting. You're a very successful club, but you've won 2 of the last 3 flags. That's a great result for the club.
Oh, yeah, no, it's been a good buzz down there and it's with some great blokes down there. So I've kind of really enjoyed it and just been able to I just really enjoy football and not have to have the 5 days a week training all day, every day, and have to watch everything that goes into my body all the time. And I'm enjoying myself at the moment. So hopefully we can get a third one this year.
It's a club with a massive following for suburban footy. Obviously, support helps when recruiting players and player retention. Do you think that's something that makes all the players feel a little bit more comfortable, and then you can just get on with winning games and winning flags by the looks of things?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as you guys were just saying before about players going to different clubs and stuff, I've really found at Bundoora in the last, I've been there 3 years now, and really found that we've only really had like a couple of players go leave the club. So when you have a strong base like that, with the support with like our sponsors and also with our coaching staff being so strong and it's just a close-knit group, it kind of keeps your club really strong when everyone sticks together. So I've really found that at Bundoora, and I'm enjoying myself, and I've gone to 3 AFL clubs, so I was really happy to just stay at one club for some time. So it's been good so far. You
touched on the sponsors there. There is a huge amount of sponsorship that's it's afforded to Bundoora, one particularly being Technica, and Mark Galea's support is enormous, down at the club. But there's also guys like Damien Brady who work tirelessly for the place and really make it all click. So I think that's a really important thing about local footy, to make sure that you've got the off-field right, and once you've got that, then the on-field success seems to follow. So
yeah, no, that's definitely right. Like the support from even the little sponsors as well, they're just massive in local football, and that's what keeps clubs together. Otherwise, they just fold. And like even the support of like parents, like every Thursday night, pretty much during the footy season, we get a lot of parents come down and cook us dinner. When we select the team and read out the team. So, like, having those things in the background in local footy, it's just that's probably really where it really counts. So, if you have that support, you're normally a really successful club.
Well said. Kem, at a local level, can you think of any players just off the top of your head that really have stood out that you've either played with or against? Because there's a lot of good players coming back to local footy from AFL ranks like yourself, but also just some good quality players transferring from different leagues.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. The local footy has become pretty strong these days, and one of them down Bundoora, Jerry Moore, he's one. I think he's 37, going on about 23, so he's still jumping on everyone's heads every week and kicking 80 to 90 goals every year. He's just one of many. But then you've got the blokes that playing out in the lower levels and that, just keeping your club strong. So you got blokes coming through, and I reckon friendships at local football is what keeps clubs strong. And that's why Braden Shaw, he's been down there now for 7 years, Tony's son, and he's the captain of the club and probably one of the best leaders I've ever played with. So and then it's all a friendship group down there. Like Matty Brown told me I had to give him a little plug, but that's why I enjoy football at the moment, and if I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't be playing football, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Matty Brown is also your personal sponsor, is that right?
Yeah, he does. He sponsors me every year.
As well. And Gary Moorcroft jumping on people's heads. I mean, last year, that grand final, taking the mark on the goal square, which almost turned the game, I felt. It was just a huge, huge mark. So. Oh,
mate, he's unbelievable. And he's just a great person to have at the club, really. And I really enjoy playing with him in the forward line. And I used to look back, and I was still a kid, to be honest with you. And it makes him feel old, but I was still a kid when he took that hanger at Essendon, and feels like it was the other day that he did it. So he's still doing it. It's unbelievable.
I can tell you too, Brett, it wasn't too far off that mark.
It was an amazing game last year. Just one final one. Phil Plunkett, who's been around coaching for quite some time, been obviously very successful, Cam, at suburban level. What's his secret, and just the pre-season? How are you looking at the new season ahead?
Yeah, I reckon, to be honest with you, his secret is that he actually gets along with every one of the players down there. It doesn't matter if you're one of the best players at the club, or if you're the captain of the club, or if you're the under-19 player who's sitting on the bench. He takes the time to get around to everyone and get to know them, and I think that's his trait. That's why he's such a successful coach, and his background's proven that, and he's brought it over to Bundoora, and everyone wants to play for him, and everyone's enjoying themselves. So I think that's why we had such a good year last year, and the belief in the boys is just unbelievable. Like, to come back in that grand final is probably one of the best games I've ever played in.
Yep.
And, pre-season's going well. I've missed a fair bit of pre-season because I've been going up to Darwin and playing football up there still with the Palmerston Magpies.
Yep.
So, but other than that, they've been getting 50, 60 blokes down there, and that's really good and showing that their club's going to be really successful again this year. So
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Good on you, mate. It's good to see. I reckon a lot of ex-blokes going back and just enjoying being part of suburban footy. Less pressure, but certainly the standard fantastic. And keep making a good contribution, enjoying it, and really appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thanks, guys. Look after yourself.
Thanks a lot, Cam.
Cameron Cloak from the famous Cloak family joining us.
Yeah, and now the famous Bundoora Football Club, I suppose. So just a couple of little plugs for Bundoora. They've got their 40th birthday or reunion, as you would put it. But that's this year. If you wanted to get in contact with Max Grant, his details are on our website. 40 years they've been playing in the competition, missed the finals twice, Brett. They are a super, super club. Any sponsors want to get involved, they're actually putting an electronic scoreboard on this year, and they just really want to get behind the local community as well. So if you do want to jump on board with Bundoora, contact Max. His details are on our website and the Bundoora website as well.
Yeah, fantastic. They are a strong club. They've been around for quite some time. Now, we do need a bit of a drum roll of sorts, Benny, because it's time for our local legend series. And as mentioned, the long and obscure line of questions for this great man is, it's certainly overwhelmed us a little bit. Let's go through some of his achievements. Just a couple of the achievements of our next guest.
Look, where do we start? This bloke has played about 400-odd games across 4 or 5 different clubs, most notably Marby Park.
Yep.
He pulled on an Avondale Heights jumper, a Bundoora jumper, a West Coburg jumper for a couple of games. We'll touch on that a bit soon. He's led the goalkeeping 4 or 5 times, he tells me. He has 1 flag, and he has limited memories of the next few days about that flag. He's quickly becoming one of the Super Rule marquee players, he tells me. He draws a crowd, and in his first game, he got reported by 3 senior umpires. So there's some things that we'll touch on.
It's a pretty good resume. I'll tell you what, we're just going to put it on ice, right, for a moment, because we do need to get back to the newsroom. So we're sitting there waiting patiently, Scott. It's a nice build-up, but we are got lots of things going on, so let's just get to James Royce, of course. The latest updates on the fires burning in the Melbourne metro area.
This is an emergency warning issued by the CFA for Warrandyte, Flannery Court and Tyndalls Road. There is a fast-moving, out-of-control grass fire travelling in a southerly direction towards Flannery Court and Tyndalls Road. You are now in danger. Act now to protect yourself. It is too late to leave. The safest option is to take shelter indoors immediately. A wind change will cause this fire to change direction toward Harris Road or Harris Gully Road, Heidelberg Warrandyte Road and Nees Road. The next update is expected by 4:30 or as the situation changes. And now an emergency warning issued by the CFA for Clarkfield, Goonawarra, Sunbury and the Gap. There is a fast-moving, out-of-control grass fire travelling in a southerly direction from Dalrymple Road towards the Gap. This fire will be impacted by the southwesterly wind change, which will push the fire in an easterly and northeasterly direction, especially toward areas north of Dalrymple Road in Sunbury. Spot fires and ember attacks can be expected ahead of the fire. You are now in danger. Act now to protect yourself. It is too late to leave. The safest option is to take shelter indoors immediately. And now we have a watch and act for Beveridge, Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Calcallo and Mickleham. There is a grass fire travelling in a southeasterly direction from Mickleham toward Craigieburn. This grass fire is currently not yet under control. A wind change will cause the fire to change direction toward Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Beveridge and Calcallo. The fire could impact Craigieburn, Donnybrook, Beveridge and Calcallo any time now, but between now and 2:30 this afternoon. We'll have another update in 15 minutes' time.
Thank you, James. We'll be going to James regularly throughout the afternoon. Obviously, it's a tough day out there with the weather conditions. The local locker room with Ben Charles in the studio, all thanks to sportsupport.com.au. I might just read out our next guest stats just again in case you just turned on the radio. 400-odd games across 4 or 5 different clubs, most notably Marby Park. Also pulled on an Avondale Heights jumper, a Bundoora jumper, West Coburg for 9 games. Has led the comp goal kicking 4 or 5 times. Has won a flag. Limited memories of the next few days. We'll see how much he remembers in the next few moments. Quickly becoming one of these Super Rules marquee players, and to get reported by 3 umpires in his first ever game.
As a 16-year-old, right?
Unbelievable. Scott Grester, great to welcome you to the program, Scotty.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Going very well. Your first game, Scott, as a 16-year-old, you just sort of slipped in under the radar. Didn't create too much of a stir. What actually happened in that first game?
I'd kicked. It was back in I was 16 years of age, obviously, and one of the senior coaches there pulled me out of the under-16 squad and brought me up into the seniors for a game, and I'd kicked 4 goals up until probably a quarter and a half, and one of the older blokes was just punching me in the back of the head for the last, for 5 minutes or so, and I went off at half-time, and the president, well, he's the next president now, but Robbie Patton, big, strong brute of a bloke, said to me, if you don't hit that bloke back, I'm going to hit you after the game. So went out after half-time, and he hit me straight in the back of the head, and I turned around, and I started crying, to tell you the truth, when I was hitting him back. I was like a little kid just crying, hitting him, and I got it reported by 3 umpires first game, and I actually got off. So.
What a start.
Got off to play in a competition game, is that correct?
Yes, Benny, that's correct. I had a combined game playing under 16 combined squad for the ADFL that Sunday afternoon, so pretty much got straight off, and the guy got a reprimand for hitting a young kid, so that's where it all started, back there in Marby.
And you did play for 9 games for West Coburg. Things didn't quite work out there, but then you moved on to Coburg under-19s. Is that right? Yeah.
I played 9 games at West Coburg. Didn't really work out, so I went to Coburg under-19s and finished off the year there. So
you played some of your best footy during the 90s and the late 2000s, Scotty. And what do you see the major differences between then and now? Can you touch on that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely can say the difference is just they're super fit now. It's ridiculous. So I go down and help out a little bit with Brody Holland and that down there, and the boys just live in the altitude room. We lived in the pub back in the day, and they live in the altitude room. So it's just amazing. But look, the sport now is so much cleaner. They've cleaned it up, for grassroots footy. Like last year, I was coaching under 18s and played probably 5 kids at senior level without an issue. But, back in the day, there's no way in the world those kids could have played in our era, front and up playing against some of those thugs back in the day. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. It's great for footy, and it's great for the kids too that they can actually get the opportunity to play, and it's a very clean sport now. So,
Scotty, just one last one for you. In fact, Lee Gray has asked.
Oh no,
General, I want to hear about the last 2 minutes of our granny win when the Karate Kid turned up. What happened?
To tell you the truth, I don't know what he's talking about. I did cry for the last 2 minutes of the grand final. I had one of my teammates, Travis Micklethwaite, come up to me and ask me why I was crying. I was pretty happy. Got it off.
There was a lot of questions asked off the Facebook page, and obviously today we've got some difficulties with the weather conditions. So we are stretched for time, Scotty. Really, thanks for joining us, mate. It's been a great chat.
Good stuff, Benny.
Good on you, Scott. Scott Gresta, our local legend this week. Ben, thanks for coming in. Sportsupport.com.au.
That's right.
Log on to the Facebook tile during the week, and there's just lots of good conversation going on.
Yeah, and also those Wounded Warrior shots. Get those into us, private messages. Your club could win $2,000 worth of medical supplies, all just for sending in a photo of some Wounded Warrior.
Okay, great stuff. We'll catch up with you next week, 1 o'clock. We're going to head to James Royce before the break, and you